There is a quiet truth about the human body that many of us never notice until it begins to whisper instead of sing. We celebrate the sharpness of the mind, the strength of the heart, and the resilience of the spirit, yet we often overlook the very pillars that carry us through every season of life, our legs. They rise with us before the sun has fully awakened, carry us through moments of joy and sorrow, and stand firm beneath us even when the weight of the world feels unbearable. They ask for little, but they give us everything. Now imagine if those silent companions began to lose their strength, not with pain loud enough to stop you in your tracks, but with a slow fading that feels almost ordinary. A staircase becomes a challenge. A walk becomes shorter. Balance becomes uncertain. And without realizing it, life begins to shrink, not all at once, but one hesitant step at a time. What if I told you that science has uncovered something both astonishing and deeply personal? That the strength in your legs may reveal more about your future than you ever imagined? That it isn't merely about athletic ability or growing older gracefully? It may be one of the clearest windows into how long and how well you are likely to live. This is not a story meant to frighten you. It is a story meant to awaken you. Because the body is generous. It forgives. It adapts. It responds to care with remarkable loyalty. And sometimes the difference between decline and renewal begins with something beautifully simple. A single movement repeated each day with intention. So today, let us walk together into the science behind weak legs and the surprising connection to longevity. More importantly, let us discover the one daily exercise that could help restore not only strength to your body but confidence to your future. Because every strong life is built the same way, one steady step at a time. There is something profoundly symbolic about the strength of our legs. They are the first part of the body that teaches us independence as children, and often the last measure of that independence as we grow older. Every step we take is more than a simple movement. It is a quiet declaration that we are capable of engaging with the world on our own terms. Yet, despite carrying us through every chapter of life, our legs are often overlooked when we think about health. We pay attention to our heart, our brain, and even our weight, but rarely do we stop to consider that the muscles in our legs may be one of the most powerful indicators of how healthy and resilient our bodies truly are. The strength of your legs reflects far more than your ability to walk, climb stairs, or stand for long periods. It represents the overall condition of your body. Strong leg muscles require healthy bones, efficient nerves, good circulation, balanced hormones, and a well-functioning cardiovascular system. They are the product of countless systems working together in harmony. When these muscles remain active and powerful, they become evidence that the body is maintaining its ability to repair, adapt, and respond to the demands of everyday life. Think of your legs as the foundation of a house. No matter how beautiful the walls or roof may appear, the entire structure depends on the stability of its foundation. In the same way, your body can only function at its best when its foundation remains strong. Weakness in the legs often signals that something deeper is changing. It may reflect a decline in muscle mass, reduced physical activity, poor nutrition, or underlying health conditions that gradually affect the body's resilience. These changes rarely happen overnight. They develop quietly, sometimes over years, making them easy to ignore until daily tasks begin to feel unexpectedly difficult. Scientists have become increasingly interested in leg strength because it offers a remarkably accurate picture of overall physical fitness. Research has consistently shown that people with stronger lower body muscles tend to maintain better mobility, greater balance, healthier metabolism, and a lower risk of falls. More importantly, they often enjoy greater independence well into later life. They continue to perform ordinary activities, walking to the store, rising from a chair, carrying groceries, or playing with grandchildren, without relying heavily on others. These everyday movements may seem ordinary, but together they define the quality of life far more than we often realize. Strong legs also encourage movement, and movement is one of the body's greatest forms of medicine. Every walk stimulates blood flow, strengthens the heart, improves lung function, regulates blood sugar, supports healthy joints, and even benefits the brain. The more capable your legs are, the more likely you are to stay active. That activity creates a positive cycle, where movement builds strength. Strength encourages more movement, and each step reinforces the body's ability to stay healthy. Conversely, weak legs can begin a downward cycle. As movement becomes harder, people often become less active, leading to further muscle loss, reduced endurance, and an increased likelihood of illness or injury. This is why experts often describe leg strength as a hidden predictor of longevity. It is not because the muscles themselves possess some magical quality, but because they reveal the body's overall capacity to remain functional, adaptable, and resilient. They quietly tell the story of how well the body's systems are working together. In many ways, your legs become a living record of your daily habits, your physical activity, your nutrition, and your ability to recover from life's challenges. Every step they support is a reflection of the health that exists beneath the surface, making them one of the most honest mirrors of your body's long-term vitality. For many years, scientists focused their attention on familiar warning signs of poor health: high blood pressure, elevated cholesterol, obesity, and smoking. While these factors remain critically important, modern research has uncovered another predictor that is surprisingly simple yet remarkably powerful: the strength of your legs. At first glance, it may seem difficult to believe that the muscles supporting your body could reveal anything about your lifespan. But as researchers began following thousands of people over many years, a striking pattern emerged. Those with weaker leg muscles consistently faced a greater risk of serious illness, loss of independence, and even early death compared with those who maintained stronger lower body strength. This discovery is not based on a single experiment or isolated observation. It has been reinforced by numerous long-term studies conducted across different countries and age groups. Researchers found that individuals with reduced muscle strength, especially in the lower body, were more likely to develop chronic diseases such as type 2 diabetes, heart disease, and certain metabolic disorders. They were also more vulnerable to falls, fractures, prolonged hospital stays, and slower recovery from illness. Each of these factors contributes to a gradual decline in overall health, making it increasingly difficult for the body to withstand physical stress. One reason this connection exists is because skeletal muscle is far more than tissue that allows movement. It is a highly active organ that communicates with nearly every system in the body. Healthy muscles help regulate blood sugar by absorbing glucose from the bloodstream, reducing the burden on the pancreas and lowering the risk of insulin resistance. They also support healthy circulation, improve the body's response to inflammation, and influence hormone production that affects metabolism, energy, and tissue repair. When muscle mass and strength begin to decline, these protective functions gradually weaken as well, creating conditions that allow disease to develop more easily. Scientists have also observed that weak leg strength often reflects a broader condition known as physical frailty. Frailty is not simply a consequence of aging, it is a measurable decline in the body's ability to recover from stress. A minor infection, a small injury, or even a brief period of inactivity can have much greater consequences for someone with poor muscle strength than for someone with a stronger body. Recovery becomes slower, complications become more common, and everyday activities that were once effortless begin to demand significant energy. Another important finding is that leg strength influences mobility, and mobility influences nearly every aspect of health. People who struggle to stand up, walk comfortably, or climb stairs often reduce their daily activity without realizing it. Less movement means fewer calories burned, weaker muscles, poorer cardiovascular fitness, and declining bone density. Over time, this creates a cycle in which inactivity leads to further weakness, and greater weakness encourages even less activity. Breaking this cycle becomes increasingly difficult unless deliberate action is taken. Researchers have even found that simple physical tests, such as measuring how quickly someone can rise from a chair multiple. Many people hear the words higher risk and immediately think of fear, inevitability, or a future that has already been decided. But that is not what science is telling us when it links weak leg strength with poorer health outcomes. The real message is not one of hopelessness. It is one of awareness. Weakness in the legs is better understood as a signal than a sentence. It is a quiet reminder that the body is asking for attention before more serious problems begin to take root. Like a warning light on a car's dashboard, it does not mean the journey is over. It simply means now is the right time to act. The human body rarely changes overnight. Most declines in health happen gradually, shaped by the small choices we make every day. Skipping regular movement because life becomes busy, choosing convenience over nourishment, sitting for long hours without interruption, or assuming that strength will always be there simply because it has been in the past. These habits may seem insignificant on their own, yet, over months and years, they quietly reshape the body. Muscles become smaller, balance becomes less steady, endurance fades, and activities that once required little effort begin to demand much more. This gradual process is what makes physical decline so deceptive. It often arrives without dramatic symptoms. Instead, it hides behind ordinary excuses. Someone may say they avoid stairs because they are tired, stop walking long distances because it feels inconvenient, or rely more heavily on elevators simply because they are available. These decisions feel harmless at first, but together they reduce the body's opportunities to maintain strength. The less the muscles are challenged, the weaker they become, creating a cycle that feeds itself. Reduced activity leads to weaker muscles. Weaker muscles make movement more difficult, and difficult movement encourages even less activity. One of the most encouraging discoveries in modern health research is that this cycle is not permanent. The body has an extraordinary ability to adapt when given the right stimulus. Muscles remain responsive throughout life, even in older adulthood. Studies have repeatedly shown that people in their 70s, 80s, and even 90s can improve muscle strength, balance, and mobility through consistent physical activity. This remarkable capacity reminds us that the body is not simply counting birthdays. It is responding to how it is being used. That is why this conversation should never be interpreted as a warning meant to create anxiety. Instead, it is an invitation to recognize the incredible influence of daily habits. Every walk taken instead of skipped, every squat performed instead of avoided, every nutritious meal chosen over an unhealthy one, becomes a vote for a healthier future. These actions may appear small in the moment, but their effects accumulate quietly, shaping the body's strength over time. Our modern lifestyles often work against this natural process. Technology has made life more comfortable, reducing the need for physical effort in ways previous generations never experienced. Cars replace walking, elevators replace stairs, remote controls replace standing, and hours can pass while sitting in front of a screen. While these conveniences save time and energy, they also remove countless opportunities for the muscles to stay active. The body was designed to move, and when movement disappears from daily life, strength slowly begins to disappear as well. The encouraging truth is that awareness creates opportunity. Once we recognize that everyday habits influence our future health, we gain the power to change direction. We do not need to become professional athletes or spend hours in the gym. Lasting transformation often begins with simple, consistent actions practiced day after day. The body responds not to occasional bursts of effort, but to regular movement repeated over time. Every intentional step, every moment of physical activity, and every decision to keep moving becomes an investment in future independence, proving that today's choices quietly shape tomorrow's possibilities. When people hear that exercise can improve health, they often imagine complicated workout routines, expensive gym memberships, or hours of intense training. That belief alone prevents many from taking the first step. They assume that if they cannot do everything, then doing something small is not worth the effort. But the human body tells a very different story. It responds not only to intensity, but also to consistency. One simple movement, repeated every day with proper form and intention, can gradually awaken muscles that have been neglected, restore confidence in movement, and strengthen the very foundation that supports every aspect of daily life. Among the many exercises recommended by health experts, the squat stands out as one of the most effective for building lower body strength. It requires no equipment, very little space, and can be adapted for nearly every fitness level. At first glance, it seems almost too ordinary to make a meaningful difference. Yet this single movement activates some of the largest muscle groups in the body, including the thighs, hips, glutes, and core. These muscles work together every time you stand up from a chair, climb a staircase, lift an object from the floor, or walk across a room. Practicing squats strengthens the exact movements that keep people independent throughout life. The beauty of this exercise lies in its simplicity. Every repetition teaches the body to coordinate muscles more efficiently. The brain and nervous system communicate more effectively with the muscles, balance improves, joints become more stable, and movements begin to feel smoother and more controlled. Over time, even small improvements in strength can make ordinary activities feel noticeably easier. Standing from a chair no longer requires extra effort. Walking becomes more comfortable. Stairs become less intimidating. These changes may seem modest, but together they transform daily living. Beyond strengthening muscles, squats encourage healthier bones by placing gentle stress on the skeleton. Bones, like muscles, adapt to the demands placed upon them. Regular weight-bearing movements stimulate bone tissue to remain stronger, helping reduce the risk of fractures as people age. The exercise also supports joint health by encouraging movement through a natural range of motion, promoting circulation within the joints and helping maintain flexibility. There is another benefit that often goes unnoticed. Every time large muscles contract during exercise, they help regulate blood sugar by drawing glucose from the bloodstream. This improves insulin sensitivity and supports healthier metabolism. Stronger muscles also burn more energy, even while the body is at rest, making it easier to maintain a healthy weight. Improved circulation delivers oxygen and nutrients more efficiently throughout the body, while regular movement contributes to better heart health, healthier blood pressure, and increased stamina. What makes a daily squat routine especially powerful is not the number of repetitions, but the habit it creates. Performing even a few controlled squats every morning establishes a rhythm of self-care. It reminds the body that movement is a priority, not an afterthought. As confidence grows, many people naturally begin adding more activity to their day. A short walk becomes enjoyable. Taking the stairs feels achievable. Household tasks require less effort. One healthy habit often inspires another, creating a ripple effect that extends far beyond the exercise itself. For those who find traditional squats challenging, there are gentle alternatives. Holding onto the back of a sturdy chair provides extra balance, while sitting down and standing up from a chair repeatedly offers many of the same benefits. The goal is not perfection but progress. Each controlled movement strengthens muscles, improves coordination, and reinforces the body's remarkable ability to adapt. With patience and consistency, what begins as a simple daily exercise gradually becomes a powerful investment in strength, resilience, and the freedom to keep moving with confidence through every stage of life. The future often feels like something distant, shaped by events beyond our control or by luck alone. We imagine that good health is either inherited or lost, as though it is a fixed destination rather than an ongoing journey. But science tells a far more hopeful story. The future of your body is being written every single day, not in dramatic moments, but through ordinary choices repeated over time. Every healthy meal, every walk around the neighborhood, every decision to stand instead of sit, and every simple exercise performed with consistency becomes a quiet investment in the years ahead. The life you hope to enjoy tomorrow begins with the actions you take today. It is easy to underestimate the power of small habits because their effects are almost invisible at first. You do not feel stronger after a single squat, nor does one walk instantly transform your heart or muscles. Progress arrives quietly. Day after day, your muscles adapt, your balance improves, your endurance increases, and your body becomes a little more capable than it was before. These tiny improvements accumulate like drops of water filling a reservoir. Individually, they seem insignificant, but together they create remarkable change. One of the greatest lessons from health research is that consistency almost always outperforms intensity. A person who exercises moderately every day is often healthier than someone who pushes themselves to exhaustion once a month. The body thrives on regular movement because it is designed to adapt to repeated challenges. Every time you ask your muscles to work, they respond by becoming stronger. Every time your heart beats faster during physical activity, it becomes more efficient. Every time your joints move through their natural range of motion, they become more flexible and resilient. These adaptations do not happen by accident. They are the body's way of preparing for tomorrow based on what you ask of it today. This perspective transforms exercise from a chore into an act of self-respect. Instead of viewing physical activity as punishment for unhealthy choices, it becomes a gift to your future self. The few minutes you spend strengthening your legs today may one day allow you to climb stairs without assistance, travel with confidence, play with your grandchildren, or recover more quickly from illness. These are not extraordinary achievements reserved for a select few. They are the rewards of consistent care and deliberate effort. Equally important is the understanding that it is never too late to begin. Many people believe they have missed their opportunity because they are older or have spent years living a sedentary lifestyle. Yet countless studies have demonstrated that the human body retains an incredible capacity for improvement well into later life. Muscles can grow stronger, balance can improve, bones can become more resilient, and endurance can increase regardless of age. The body responds to what you do now, not to what you failed to do years ago. Every new habit sends a powerful message that change is still possible. There will always be reasons to postpone taking action. Life becomes busy, motivation rises and falls, and comfort often competes with discipline. But waiting for the perfect time usually means waiting forever. Health is built in the ordinary moments when no one is watching. Choosing to move even when you do not feel like it, choosing consistency over convenience, and choosing progress over perfection. These seemingly small decisions shape not only how long you may live, but also how fully you are able to experience those years. Every strong step you take today lays another stone on the path toward a healthier, more independent, and more vibrant future, carrying you steadily toward a life defined not by limitation, but by strength, purpose, and possibility.